on Channel 8 News, an update about the SGA results from the presidential election held last night. Plus, see how both RCPD and local Manhattan businesses are planning to handle Fake Patty's Day. And later, we'll hear from RCPD about public safety on Fake Patty's Day.
Thanks, Meredith. Looking ahead at your weather for today, it is warmer outside with a temperature of 55 degrees, with feeling like a temperature of 34 degrees, and the wind speeds are reaching 8 miles per hour. When will nice weather return? That's right here at Channel 8 News.
This is KKSU-LD, broadcasting in high definition from Kansas State University, covering Manhattan, Riley County, and the Flint Hills. You're watching Channel 8 News.
Good morning and welcome to Channel 8 News. I'm Meredith McCalman. Coming up today, we'll hear an update about the Rally Alley project taking place in Aggieville. Plus, the UFM Community Learning Center is partnering with Manhattan Housing Authority. What differences are they making for local youth? And later, sports will take over with a preview from the T-Mobile Center of the K-State Women's Basketball Big 12 tournament game. Each year, on the Saturday before spring break, K-State students flood Aggieville and the surrounding neighborhood streets to celebrate Fake Patty's Day. However, the unofficial tradition might look different this year, as Riley County Police say they're cracking down on illegal activity that day.
Follow the law. Educate yourself on what the laws are for not only Fake Patty's Day, but any day of the year.
So the police came and talked to us and let us know last year they were going to be hammering down on houses a little bit, which was really, I guess we were grateful to know that they were letting us know, but also it was kind of scary because they were kind of warning us as well that, hey, if you have people congregating at your house at all, you guys can be fined for this.
Fake Patty's Day started in Aggieville in 2007 and has made its way out into the community. Avery Johnson has more on the changing relationship between the event and the city.
As the festivities of Fake Patties began at a core group of bars in Aggieville, it took off around the community faster than expected. Manhattan resident Tim Fitzgerald served as the president of the Aggieville Business Association from 2012 to 2013. While serving as president, Fitzgerald's goal was to keep the crowd contained in Aggieville.
The effort was to bring it all in Aggieville, gate off, close the entries so that it was a walking area, allow open containers. Everyone who was 21 had to be wristbanded, and anyone caught with alcohol under 21 would face the consequences. The city didn't like that plan.
Despite his efforts, Fitzgerald said the city's goal was to squeeze the event out of Aggieville in hopes of shutting it down.
And I sat at a table in what was at one time Kites, it was a meeting room, and told them, you're going to spread this all over town and it's going to be a giant mess. And they said, then we'll shut it down there. None of that's worked. None of it.
Although the event has made its way to the neighborhoods, Aggieville still remains a hotspot for the festivities. This Saturday, the streets of Aggieville will be filled with students partaking, although reminded to do so safely.
I understand that you're going to be watched a lot, and and it would be nice to have a great fun event and have the number of arrests or citations, hit an all-time low, and kind of knock down that that side of the excitement part of it.
Before partaking in the festivities this Saturday, students are reminded that all charges and laws remain in place despite the holiday. From Manhattan, Avery Johnson, Channel 8 News.
To stay safe on Fake Patty's Day, students are advised to stay hydrated, be aware of their surroundings, and stick with a group. Aggieville is seeing big changes with new construction projects aimed at improving accessibility and parking. But how are these upgrades impacting businesses and visitors? Grant Snowden takes a closer look.
Aggieville has seen plenty of projects over previous years, but one of the latest ones, the Rally House alleyway. How have these changes affected businesses and the people who visit it? I'm here in the heart of Aggieville to find out.
Improved sidewalks to a brand new parking garage, the heart of Manhattan is getting a facelift. One major addition, the Rally House alleyway, aims to make pedestrian travel easier and highlight Aggieville's history.
Idea about, we want it to be a little bit more informative, et cetera, et cetera. They were looking at, they'd come to my office to do some stuff, and we've got some, in my conference room, we've got old pictures of Aggieville. and they liked that idea, and so they were interested in doing something like that.
Another major change, parking. The new garage adds more than 150 spaces, helping visitors avoid circling Aggieville for a spot.
I would say, like the parking garage, I would say that improves the overall visiting experience. It makes it easier on people, not having to loop around Morrow all the time to try and find parking.
While the improvements make Aggieville more accessible, more construction is on the way, starting in April and lasting through 2028.
Starting in April, we're diving in, and we're going to be under construction, a lot of construction for about the next 3 years, and that's not good for business. We know that takes a toll.
With more changes ahead, Aggieville continues to evolve. While short-term disruptions may cause challenges, business owners and visitors hope the long-term benefits will be worth it. Aggieville construction is expected to continue in phases throughout 2028. For updates, you can check out the city's website under Aggieville Vision Plan.
From Channel 8 News in Manhattan, Grant Snowden.
To stay updated on Aggieville's construction projects and road closures, visit Aggieville Community Vision at cityofmhk.com. K-State Student Governing Association held their presidential and vice presidential elections this past week in attempts to find the next voices for the student body.
SGA presidential and vice presidential candidates celebrate diversity and encourage students to share their stories as Wildcats.
Top priority is engaging with all students across our student body. You know, we have a diverse population of students, whether that be, first generation students, multicultural students, different majors all across the board. We really want to make sure that we are doing our job to advocate for all students, regardless of where they come from, what they're majoring in, whatever that may be.
Vice presidential candidate Zoe Punce says her main goal is to serve students.
Brady and I have talked a lot with various different students, and I think from the beginning of our campaign that is something we very much valued. We want to get coffee with you, we want to meet with you, and we want to hear how your K-State experience has been, because we want to represent the entire student body. We wouldn't be running for these positions, we wouldn't be involved in student government if we weren't doing its sole purpose, which is serving students and advocating for them. So my message to the student body would be, we want to meet with you, we want to hear from you, your K-State story and your experience.
Presidential candidate Brady Kappelman reflects on his years as a Wildcat and hopefully sets a curve for more students to come.
I think the biggest thing for me, just being at K-State the last 3 years has been such a blessing to be a part of such a great university, whether that be the friends that I've got to be with, the opportunities to grow in leadership and as a person, and just so many ways. I'm just so thankful for what K-State has given me, and I see the student body president role as the most direct way to be able to give back to the students and to the university that's given me so much.
SGA election results will be announced Thursday at 11:59. In Manhattan, Kansas, this is Libby Zook, Channel 8 News.
The Student Government Association will announce officer election results tonight at 6 p.m. Listen live on Wildcat 91.9 for the results. Finding a path to success can be challenging, but for young people in Manhattan, one program is paving the way towards a brighter future. A local initiative is making a difference for at-risk youth in Manhattan. UFM Community Learning Center, in partnership with Manhattan Housing Authority, is offering workforce development programs like Youth Build. These programs provide hands-on trade skills and GED opportunities to young people, helping them build a solid future.
UFM is a place where everyone can learn and everyone can teach. Is a place where everyone can learn and everyone can teach.
One way that we do that is through workforce development. It's really important that young people find a path that allows them to engage in purposeful work.
Remodeling the third floor for the Helping Hands scholarship house. Obviously, we're working with a federal grant, and so there's stipulations on the federal grant.
Coming up, we'll see how locals not participating in Fake Patty's Day should handle the weekend. Plus, we'll hear from RCPD about their plans to prioritize public safety on Fake Patty's Day this Saturday.
If you can keep up.
Ready to do this?
Yeah, let's do it.
I got a job interview today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This is a special place, Manhappiness.
This is a phenomenal institution, a phenomenal athletic program with a proud tradition.
They talk about family, and you can feel how genuine it is.
The community here is so strong. It's truly like the best in the world.
No matter where you come from, the color of your skin, or your religious background, together we make a family.
And when you love people, it's amazing what you can accomplish.
To the 5, to the goal line, touchdown, touchdown, Kansas inside for the 10. Sheldon is roofed by Carter. Gregory, step back three, takes the shot from distance and scores! It is stank, it is gone, it's a
Great weekend we had, homecoming, great crowd, the crowd was phenomenal.
It's a great day to be a Wildcat.
RCPD Major Scott Hayek is here to join us from the Riley County Police Department to talk about Fake Patty's Day and public safety.
Thanks, Meredith, and thanks, Major Hayek, for joining us.
You're welcome.
How is RCPD handling fake patties differently this year than years in the past?
So what we've seen over the past few years, especially since COVID, when Fake Patty's Day kind of went away for a year, was a ramping up of participants each year. We've seen that the past couple of years, and that's led us this year to essentially having an all-hands-on-deck approach with our officers being available for calls for service. We see a very large spike in calls for service on this weekend typically, and we're seeing it ramp back up again.
That makes sense. And what's the biggest safety advice for college students celebrating this weekend?
So if I could give them any advice, it would be to act responsibly. What we've seen through years of doing these events is that people tend to act as if there are no consequences on this day, but there are. And so what happens is people tend to drink much heavier, much earlier in the day than maybe they typically would, and that leads to bad decisions later on or being in unsafe situations. So have a plan, be with a group of friends, stay with that group of friends, and just make sure you are acting responsibly and staying safe that way.
Yeah, that's great advice. And for residents and visitors not taking part, how should they prepare for things like traffic and large crowds?
So they will see in the neighborhoods where we have large gatherings of Fake Patty's Day participants, there will be a large officer presence on foot in those neighborhoods. So residents can feel free to come out and talk to us, to wave us down if they have a problem with people in their yards. That is one of the big complaints we have each year, is people trespassing in yards that people aren't having a party at, and they don't want people damaging their fences and doing things like that. So they can feel free to wave us down. We'll be sure to help them out. And same thing with the people who are having parties. If they have more people in their yard than they can handle and they want the people to leave, flag us down and we will help them out with that as well. We're there to help keep everyone safe.
Thank you so much, Major Hayek. That's all the time we have for today. Back to you, Meredith.
Coming up, we'll have a look at the weather for this week and how the warmer weather has a positive effect on students mentally and academically. That's next.
As college athletics continues to change, one thing has stayed the same:
the loyalty and support of our K-State family.
But now, there's a new way you can show your support.
You can now help student athletes like me get compensated for our name, image, and likeness.
Whether it is contributing to our official NIL collectives
or requesting autographs and more through the Open Doors Marketplace,
you are helping K-State student athletes succeed by connecting with you.
So what are you waiting for?
Come transform the K-State student athlete brand today.
Together, we represent a diverse and eclectic population.
Together, we believe that diversity, inclusion, and sportsmanship are expectations.
Together, we promote a welcoming and positive environment for all student athletes, coaches, and visitors.
Together, we treat all people with respect and dignity.
No matter their color, creed, gender, ethnicity, or sexual identity.
Together, we are an empowered family who empowers family.
Family, diverse and together.
Stronger together.
Championship on the line. Good! It's good!
Clouds stick around, or are sunny skies and warmer temperatures on the horizon for the weekend? Soren Sablon joins us from our Weather Center with more. Soren?
Thanks, Meredith. The snow and ice from last week has melted away, and as temperatures are on the rise, so is the mental health of K-State students. Lauren Betts has more.
Research shows warmer weather boosts serotonin and vitamin D levels. It opens the door for greater physical activity, releasing endorphins and reducing stress. For students, these changes could mean improved mental health and well-being.
The warmer weather is it makes you more motivated to actually want to go to class, because I'm sure everyone can relate. No one wanted to go to class. I'm sure we all skipped class last Tuesday. Getting to class, I've actually been happy to go to class and enjoy the warm weather.
It's definitely made me more excited to get out and get up in the morning, because I know I'm not going to be walking to class with 4 layers and trying to cover my face because it's so cold. But yeah, it just makes me more excited to get up and spend time outside.
I've definitely had like a lot of tests and stuff this week, but I've noticed myself being a lot less stressed just because I can like go outside and take a deep breath, and it's a lot better.
With the temperatures warming up, students and staff at K-State share how their mental health is improving, and they share some of their tips and favorite activities to do in the warmer temperatures.
We usually on our breaks get out and walk around, just get away from our desks, and we have not been able to do that for a long time. And then this week it's been great. It's nice just getting that break from work.
I've been going to the Kanza. It's been really nice, just going on long walks and talking to friends and stuff while I'm out there.
Well, yesterday me and my friends played sand volleyball on the courts, so that was really fun. It was just a good time to not think about school for a minute.
In Manhattan, Lauren Betts, Channel 8 News.
Here for this weather here, Manhattan, Kansas being 54 degrees, and of course it's getting a little bit warmer on the East Coast, and then the West over here getting a little chilly in the Pacific area, Northwest area, and of course with spring training going on in Phoenix, it's gonna be 58. Looking forward to the weather here. Obviously a lot of partly cloudy skies in the area, especially cloudy, but the sun will be coming out very, very soon. Just to take a look here, and not to mention. It'd be a great day to go for baseball anyways, but being 53 here in Riley County, like I said, it's going to warm up, and it's getting pretty relatively warmer around the central states, and especially chilly on the sides too. But hey, springtime is coming. It's time to get out there. So it's gonna be 55, of course, going this afternoon, and then gonna go back down to the 30s, being 38, and then by the time we wake up for sunrise, it'll be 33 degrees, partly cloudy skies with pretty high wind of 14. So got to look at today's 5-day here going up, and well, before we get to that, we've got partly cloudy skies going at 40 degrees, and of course still partly cloudy throughout the entire time, getting warm and then cooling off. And now 5-day, like I said, warming up, 50s and all the way up to 60s and even 70s going up to later this week. That's all for weather. Back to you, Meredith.
K-State women's basketball has their first game of the Big 12 tournament today. How did they stack up against UCF? And a few former Wildcats are shining bright in the NBA and G League. See their success and milestones on the professional court. Plus, K-State rowing is about to kick their season off, but what is special about this year's roster? That's all next.
As college athletics continues to change, one thing has stayed the same:
the loyalty and support of our K-State family.
But now, there's a new way you can show your support.
You can now help student athletes like me get compensated for our name, image, and likeness.
Whether it is contributing to our official NIL collectives
or requesting autographs and more through the Open Doors Marketplace,
you are helping K-State student athletes succeed by connecting with you.
So what are you waiting for?
Come transform the K-State student athlete brand today.
Bus clearing triple. 2-2, Colts strike three in the outside corner. Another strikeout for Bus on a high fastball. K-State has done it again. Got him swinging. K-State wins the series.
So within industrial engineering, you can actually start your master's degree a year early and start taking those classes your senior year. And then after you go through those upper level courses, you only really have a year left and you would come out with your bachelor's and master's degree, which is something I have been considering just because, it's one extra year and I do love K-State. So it's like, win-win. But that's a perk with being an industrial engineer. You're able to get your master's degree in just one extra year.
Championship on the line. Good! It's good!
Let's dive into the latest in sports, starting with a preview of the upcoming K-State women's basketball game, key insights on K-State's rowing roster, and a look at some of the former K-State basketball players that are now thriving in the pros. Hannah Whetstone joins us from our Sports Center with the latest. Hannah?
Thanks, Meredith. K-State women's basketball will see action in the Big 12 Conference Tournament today with tip-off just 15 minutes away. Adrian Holguin is set to cover the game with Wildcat 91.9 FM. He joins us from Kansas City with a preview into the Wildcats matchup.
Thanks, Hannah. These next 4 days are going to be pivotal for the Cats in the Big 12 tournament. But two things are going to be more pivotal than anything else: consistency and unity. Ioka Lee's still out of the lineup for today's game against UCF. How will that impact this veteran squad? Now, back to you.
K-State women's rowing is about to start their season, but did you know that most of the team consists of rookies? Kyra Case has more.
Head coach Patrick Sweeney said 99% of rowing recruits for the women's team is made up of students who have never rowed before. Despite their inexperience, the team works hard to compete at the D1 level.
They just kind of were like, you're tall, you're athletic, we think you can do this. And so I kind of just took a chance, and here I am. So it's worked out, and I'm very grateful.
I was very interested in rowing because so many of the other girls also hadn't rowed. So I knew that I would be in a similar situation as them. And I thought it was a really cool opportunity to get to be an athlete at the D1 level.
To build up strength for this season, not only do they need to fight their inexperience, but also the elements.
Well, we get frozen off come November through to now, March, is normally what happens. That's why we can get them very strong on land training. The other one is normally in the spring it's windy, and that's the second thing. It's a great piece of water when it's not blowing because it's a large expanse of water, but the trouble is being open. It blows. We're not necessarily trying to set the world on fire and be world champions. What we want to do is be very competitive with the best programs in the country. If we beat them, it's a plus. If we don't, it's like we want to be close.
In Manhattan, Kyra Case, Channel 8 News.
K-State rowing starts up their season with their first invitational this Saturday in Oklahoma City. Even with the NFL season in the books, former Wildcats are still shining in the pros. Naquan Tomlin debuted for the Cleveland Cavaliers last week and recorded 10 points across his first 3 games, including a high of 7 minutes with 5 points and 3 rebounds against the New York Knicks. Former Cats Marquise Noel and Keontae Johnson also made noise. Noel posted a career-high 44 points in the G League. Johnson recorded 3 30-plus point games for the Charlotte Swarm in February. While Tomlin's time in Manhattan came to an abrupt end with dismissal from the team, his former head coach still loves to see his success.
Man, I'm fired up for him. We have this thing in our transition defense, 3.2, how many seconds it should take you to get back, and there was a clip of him the other day in a game, and it was in our text thread. It said 2.2, how fast he went from offense down to the defense. I mean, he was flying down the court, and I've had several NBA guys reach out about him because if the Cavs didn't put him on a 10-day, there was going to be another team that was going to pursue him. So proud of him, happy for him. It's just incredible to see. young men fulfill their dreams, pursue it that way.
That wraps up sports for now. We've got an exciting week ahead with plenty of games and updates coming your way. Meredith?
Before we go, one last check on the weather. Will we see warmer temperatures this weekend? Your final forecast next.
In a time of evolution, it is our time to elevate and carve our place atop in a new era. An era where championship expectations collide with championship support. We all must come together, ever fighting for the purple and the white. Times may change, but generation after generation, the support of K-Staters never wavers. K-State fans, are you ready to be a part of powering K-State athletic excellence in a new era?
This is a special place, Manhappiness.
This is a phenomenal institution, a phenomenal athletic program with a proud tradition.
They talk about family, and you can feel how genuine it is.
The community here is so strong. It's truly like the best thing in the world.
No matter where you come from, the color of your skin, or your religious background, together we make a family.
And when you love people, it's amazing what you can accomplish.
So the first third of the runway.
Deviations left of course approved. Bobcat 1-2, proceed when able.
Championship on the line. Good! It's good!
Before we wrap up, let's check in with Soren for the final weather. Soren?
Thanks, Meredith. So, as we said here, there's a lot of cloudy skies. As you can see, 54 degrees right now, but of course, the sun is slowly starting to emerge, and it will start to emerge completely on Saturday with fake patties. Not to mention, tomorrow is the beginning of Kansas State baseball, and of course, we have the Big 12 tournament in Kansas City going on right now. So, a lot of action, and definitely a great time to go outside. And especially on Saturday, the last men's regular season game will be played at Bramlage Coliseum at 12:30. So get out there and go support your Cats. And not to mention, enjoy the nice weather. Back to you, Meredith.
That's all the time we have for today's show. We'll see you back here next week for more news and the latest updates from the Manhattan area. From everyone at Channel 8 News, have a great day.
This is Channel 8 News.